In the fall of 2009, I returned to my native Afghanistan as US Envoy for the UN Refugee Agency. Since 2002, 5 million Afghan refugees, mostly women and children, have returned to their homeland after decades of war. But their journey home is just the beginning. These families face the daunting prospect of having to rebuild not just their lives, but also their country's future. Addressing the lack of land, shelter, and jobs in Afghanistan is a long-term challenge for Afghans as well as the international community. The UN Refugee Agency's goal is to help refugees return voluntarily, safely, and with dignity. Upon arrival, the agency works to provide shelter, protection, clean water, and assistance to refugee families. The single most pressing need is shelter. During my mission, I visited the village of Beni Warsak in Shamali, an hour outside of Kabul, where I met families living in heartbreaking conditions. This man, Muhammad, lost his leg to a landmine injury during the Civil War. He and his family were displaced during the Taliban era. They settled here in Beni Warsak, a hot, remote, dusty region with no easy access to the main road. Muhammad tells me that there is never enough food for his 10 children. Water is scarce, and there is no school. The small local clinic has almost no medicines, he tells me, and there are no jobs. Worst of all, he and his family suffered through harsh winters with no shelter and no protection from the unforgiving elements. Recently, the UN Refugee Agency provided Muhammad and his family with a permanent shelter. Although his daily life continues to be a struggle, he finds comfort, hope, and dignity in finally having a home. People like Muhammad are the reason why we have to stay committed to Afghanistan. With your support, the UN Refugee Agency can provide other refugees like Muhammad with a permanent shelter. The package includes tools, roofing beams, doors, and windows. The returnees then build their own homes. It is the hope and dream of every Afghan to one day live in peace and prosperity. After my mission, I am convinced that the challenges faced by Afghanistan and the refugees can be overcome, difficult though they may sometimes appear. Together, we can give refugee families the essential resources they need, resources like shelter. We can give them the hope to rebuild their lives in a more prosperous and peaceful Afghanistan. Thank you so much for opening your heart to the people of Afghanistan.